to kick off the conversation today, we are talking about all things that have to do with the Solar Youth Academy. Now, this is a groundbreaking project that has been developed by Green Solar Academy and, of course, Life Choices. The program offers technical and also personal development. It also aims to bridge the gap between youth unemployment and, of course, the need for skilled solar technicians. Today, we are joined by the Impact Pathways Manager, Vuyo Ntlangu. We also have one of the trainers joining us in studio today, Unathi, Mbali. Tell us a bit more about this program and, of course, how host companies can assist their trainees to secure employment. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. How are you feeling on this? I think it's not cold, it's not hot, but it's mild.
Definitely. Good afternoon, Mhlali. My name is Vuyo Ntlangu. It is quite a pleasure to be with you here today. We feel good.
Yeah.
We're good to be here, and we're looking forward to a fruitful conversation with you.
Lovely. And, I'd love to call people that do the type of work that you do agents of change, because that's exactly what you're doing. You have identified a problem within South Africa, and now you're bringing about ways and how you can help combat that issue. Let's talk about Solar Youth Academy. What is it all about and what inspired its creation?
Great. Thanks, Mhlali. So basically, the Solar Youth Project is a flagship project of Life Choices in partnership with Green Solar Academy.
Okay.
We basically work with young people, youth, young women from Tibet colleges of Cape Town. Currently, we work with Falsby College, we work with College of Cape Town, but also we work with Northlink College. We recruit young people who have an electrical background, anything between N4, N6, electrical engineering. They come on board and we upskill them with solar mounting, installation, commissioning, and maintenance skills. And once we finish the training on site, we then push them out into the industry for them to gain meaningful employment.
Now, the project also has a unique component to it, because you also focus on personal development of the trainees. Why is it important to also focus on that aspect?
Precisely, Mhlali. It's primarily because eventually you want to produce a well-rounded cohort of young people who will not only understand the technical side of the solar installation space, but also those will be able to thrive in a workplace environment. For instance, when it comes to personal and professional development, what we focus on there is communication skills. We focus on leadership, conflict resolution, project management, and these are the essential skills that will set our cohort, our students, apart from others, and eventually they'll be able to work in a professional workplace environment. We not only prepare them for the technical, because there's research that also says oftentimes people who work in the technical space, they often lack the professional or personal skills that are necessary for them to operate within the sector. It is for that reason then that we blend the technical together with the professional skills.
And that's very important. And maybe just bringing you into the conversation as well, Unathi, when we talk about internships, we know, but as a young person, securing an internship is not the easiest of things. Take us through some of those challenges, and maybe how, if maybe we have a host company that's watching this interview right now, how can they assist in bridging that gap when it comes to securing an internship for a trainees?
So what are we expecting from the host companies? It is to take our interns, give them the hands-on experience, also apply their knowledge through professional environment. And also the challenges that we face, it is that now here in Cape Town, we are lacking skills in the solar sector, but we are also looking into Mpumalanga as it is developing more.
And how do you then encourage, because I hear you say, Bana, you're lacking skills, and maybe you can also come in here, Budvuyo. How do you encourage young people to be a part of this sector? Because we do know that there are industries where young people, they don't really, I don't know, maybe if it's lack of information about that particular, sector, if that is something that someone can study into. How do you then encourage young people to ensure, Bana, you have young people that are actually starting towards the work that you do?
Precisely, Mhlali. So basically what we've identified is that there's an information gap in terms of the renewable energy sector. It's something that is not often spoken about in our communities where black people, underprivileged communities are. So what we do is basically we reach out to Tibet colleges, then we do what we call information sessions. In a way, we try to prepare them whilst they're at the Tibet college, so that if they are looking for opportunities within the renewable energy space, at least they've got line of sight in terms of where to go for training and where to go for support that will enable them to get into the sector. What we have not yet done is to go directly to the communities, and that is part of the plan that we want to do, so that as they grow up at, for instance, that they go through the high school level, at least before they finish grade 12, they are aware of the opportunities that lie within the renewable energy space. Because there is research that was done not only by the government but also by independent consultants that says solar is the way, solar is the future, and it is our responsibility to prepare young people today for opportunities that will arise tomorrow. And that is why this project exists.
Definitely, because I think when you speak of how solar is the way and solar is the future, I get, an idea of how important it is for us to protect our environment, because there's so many projects right now that really focus on how, the energy that we use and how harmful it can be to our environment. So when you have the introduction of solar, then it's a whole new different conversation. But I just want to come to you, Unathi, speaking about your experience now as a trainer. How has it been, knowing that you are someone that people can look up to as a mentor, and tell us just in your line of work, how has that change come about for you when you are training, the trainees?
Since I'm training people who come from Tablet colleges, some of them are really my age, and also some of them are older than me. But I really love working with people. I'm a person's guy. I'm a very personal guy. So what I really learned through my experience on my journey is that solar is the way, solar is the future. We are changing from just energy transition, and we also, us as the youth, we have to help government to have skills in our hands, so that when the time comes, we have a certificate or a skill in our names that we can shape the future with them all.
I love that. Shaping the future is all that we are about. And gentlemen, unfortunately, we are running out of time. But I do want to ask that if there are people watching this right now, or companies that are watching this right now, and they're like, listen, I want to be a part of this, how do I then, contact you if I'm a host company and I'd like to get involved with the work that you do?
Great. So basically, there is information on our social media pages, Life Choices Academy, Green Solar Academy, any of those websites. You'll find information that will link you then directly to me. You can also reach out directly by email, vuyo@lifechoices.co.za, vuyo@lifechoices.co.za, and we'll take the conversation further from there on.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. It was an absolute pleasure to learn about the work that you do, and I hope that the future looks bright, and as you've said, solar is the future and solar is the way to go. But Ogamaj, I want to head over to the other side of studio and see you go to Lwandilo's Petelin.
Listen, the